What's going on, everybody? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Kieran, and I like to help people using a spiritual perspective. Okay, so today what I wanted to talk about was something that I have been wanting to do for a long time. Except I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the November energy, and then hopefully at another time I will talk about the other video that I want to do. Okay, but I thought that I should talk about the November energy for twin flames, what's going on this month, what's actually happening with a lot of us, what is going to be happening, what you can expect to experience this month of November, and hopefully it'll resonate with you guys. Hopefully it'll make sense, and hopefully you won't hate me for the information. Okay, so I would like to just first and foremost start off by thanking everybody for who has subscribed to me, and I appreciate that. It actually means a lot, okay? But moving on from that, November, okay, 11. There's a very, very powerful day coming up. As you may know, it's 11/11, okay? It's the next Monday, and the following day there's actually a full moon. Okay, so it's actually a very, very powerful month for manifestation. You guys can expect, first and foremost, to watch your life unfold quite quickly. For divine feminines, okay, for a lot of you guys, what's going to be going on right now is you guys are going to be feeling anything that you have buried is going to come right up to the surface, guys. It's not going to be avoidable. You are just, quite frankly, going to have to deal with it. This is a month that is incredibly powerful. The amount of energy that is happening this month, like if you actually just lay back and sit about and think about all the things that you have going on in your life right now, this month is all about manifesting that stuff coming together. It is a great month also, guys, for communication and networking. If you are divine feminine, you have your relationship, your business relationships, your friendships, you are going to be forming a lot of strong connections this month, because this is about a platform in which to launch from. Okay, this whole year has been about letting go. Absolutely true. And there's been a lot of obstacles this year, a lot of emotional ups and downs. But what's going to be happening this month is you guys are going to be taking the things that you have learned, the lessons that you've applied, the persistence that you've endured over these last couple months, and of course the year, and ultimately your lifetime. And you're going to start seeing these seeds actually grow into bushes and trees and things that are more tangible, things that you can truly believe in, okay? Additionally, right, and again, this goes back to the emotional stuff that you guys may have experienced coming up to the surface, right? 2 or 3 months ago, when I found out some pretty bad news in my own personal life, along with these types of relationship stuff that we all are going through, I completely shut down my emotions. And I mean, like, I Virgo'd the shit out of them. I took whatever was there, I took it in a little ball, and I shoved it. I shoved it real good, real good, like deep. It was good shit. Got it real good deep in there, okay, like a canyon. And I didn't deal with it at all. I just went about my life. But the last week of October and a little bit of the beginning of November, the same thing was it came up because what's happening during November, guys, is you guys are releasing. You're releasing in order to prepare yourself for what's happening in 2020, for the unions that many of you are going to experience, not just with your twin flame in your romantic life, but also with the friendships, the partnerships, the business opportunities, as well as your own successful projects that you've been working on, right? Another big theme for you guys is time management. Okay, you guys are going to be feeling completely overwhelmed with a lot of the things that are going on at this time, and you're going to have to find a way to manage your time. Okay, you guys are going to have to understand the types of things that are happening around you at this time. Things are being sped up, and as things are being sped up, you can't really afford to sit back and do nothing. November is a powerful launching. It's a month to launch forward. It's not a time to sit back and repeat the old patterns. So any patterns or habits or negative self-talk that you've dealt with in your life, those are going to come up right now, and they're going to become really, really in your face, and you're going to have such a reaction to it that you're going to have enough. You're going to take your own power back, which, kind of like a Queen of Wands energy, taking charge in your life, okay? I'll share a little story with you guys about something that happened to me yesterday. I think it was yesterday. I don't know what's going on with my life, but pretty sure it was yesterday, okay? So I had a group presentation. for a film class, okay? Not a big deal. I've done group presentations before. I've done solo presentations, and most of them throughout the last couple of years of my life have gone exceedingly well. I'm actually pretty good at communicating with people. I'm pretty good at talking, but because I had a childhood that was based in shyness and nervousness and anxiety and all that other kind of stuff, it's been different. Like one time in 8th grade, I remember trying to give a presentation to the class, and 8th grade was a rough year for me. I looked completely different. I looked like Harry Potter, like an ugly Harry Potter, like a nerdier Harry Potter, like a Harry Potter with more acne. 8th grade. I was a very angry kid. And anyway, I was very, very nervous and going through a lot in puberty and all other bullshit. And I remember trying to give a presentation and my eyes rolled back in my head and I couldn't give the presentation. And everybody laughed, and it was probably one of the most embarrassing moments of my life as a tear washes down my face. And they called me Brain Control for like 3 weeks. It was a good one. It's a good nickname. But the joke's on them because they all still live in Pennsylvania and they, fuck that state. So, anyway, but the idea here is that those issues, right? They stay with you, right? It's a type of reaction to these things that they fear, right? And so yesterday, I gave this presentation for information that I actually knew by heart. I didn't need PowerPoint, didn't need note cards. I was just me, and I was fine the whole day and up until that. And then suddenly, like, once it was my turn to talk, I froze. Now, I've seen worse presentations than the one I gave, but ultimately I forgot half of what I wanted to say. And I was even kind of like shaking a little bit, like kind of like this. And I felt fear, like so much of it. And it was so, I haven't had that happen to me in a long time, especially with just giving, like talking to people. Like it's something that I actually do quite a bit. But I haven't done it maybe in a long time, actually standing in front of people. And I realized that a lot in the recent history of my life, like the past couple of weeks, I've been noticing fear, right? And it's been coming up a little bit more. And I realize now that in November, it's time to release any of that, guys. Okay, so you guys are going to be releasing a lot of your fear, a lot of the energies that have been staying with you this entire time. You guys are going to be sick of it. And it's going to be in your face until you start taking charge. And it was so profound to me to go through that type of experience that I actually decided that what I was going to do is I was just going to challenge myself every day by doing something that I was afraid of, but doing it anyway. Whether or not it's just saying hi to a stranger, talking to somebody, forming connections, just doing things. I'm just going to do things that are outside of my comfort zone because I realized how much that isn't me. How much being afraid isn't who we are. And so this month of November it's going to really like shape you guys. And you guys are going to understand fear, because fear is something I think that at the end of the day is something that affects all of us, awakened, twin flame or otherwise. And it's something that truly keeps society stuck, and it keeps humans stuck, and it keeps our experience stuck. It's stagnation, this fear, right? All the fears that have come up are going to be released this month, okay? There's so many different aspects, different fears, different paranoias, things that are from past lives that even have nothing to do with you in this lifetime are coming up, all in order to get released. And that doesn't seem like it's a good thing. You might actually not want to hear that, but it's very, very good, because it just means that you're launching yourself. Right? You're taking everything you've invested into yourself, and your higher self and the universe is working with you to say, I am enough, I can do this, I'm done being afraid, let's go out and let me change the world. Let me change my world, right? And by doing that, you create the change that you need to see, and you start becoming the universe. You start becoming your own source of help, your own source of wisdom, your own source of light that will shine, right? And that's kind of the idea for November, guys. A lot of you guys are going to be shining, and a lot of your talents are going to be starting to be seen and rewarded and recognized by other people, okay? Another big theme for the feminines is you guys are going to be actually feeling a little bit connected more to yourself during this time, because as you naturally start taking care of yourself, start feeling these emotions build up and come, you're going to start pushing it back. You're going to start fighting against your own limitations. And you're going to be like, you know what? Like, this is shit. This is not me. I'm sick of feeling X, Y, and Z. Let me feel this. Let me be who I'm meant to be. There's that energy this month, that powerful energy, especially around 11/11, guys. And I'll say it again, super powerful day. Try to set your manifestations now. and prepare for that day, because again, full moon the next day, so it's probably going to be a rough couple of days for you, but also very, very powerful. Okay, if there was any time to manifest something in your life, it would be this month. But back to what I was saying about connecting to your spirit. There's going to be, because you're naturally just being drawn into doing that stuff, you are going to into taking care of yourself and fighting against the stuff that have been holding you back. You are going to be relying on your own intuition a lot more, and in doing so, you're going to be connecting to spirit. There's been things this month already that I've done that are very, very spiritual. I did a bufo journey. I don't know if you guys know what bufo is. It is a frog medicine. It's from the back of the frog, whatever. It's a poison, or it's not a poison. It's a DMT kind of thing. It's a psychedelic. It fucks you up, basically. It's not fun. It's not fun. It's not like smoking weed and then you eat like Doritos and watch everybody else Raymond and fall asleep and wake up at 2 p.m. It's more like you experience the universe and everything goes crazy and time stops and you realize all your fears and you're like, oh shit, and then it's ego death. Okay, very, very scary. My experience was very unique, but I did experience it. I don't know if it resonated very well, but it was an interesting, very it's just a huge, I don't even know to put it into words, honestly. It was very, very incredible. And even talking about it puts me back into that experience. And just the other day, I was talking about it to a coworker, and the remembering the experience actually caused me to actually experience in that moment a huge burst of energy that put me back into that type of psychedelic trance. It was fucking weird. I thought I was being shocked by like something, right? Even talking about it now, my face is tingling. Okay, so it's just a very interesting experience, right? But that's something that connected me more to my spirit, something that connected me more to the universe. I've been taking things more seriously, more manifestation rituals. I built like a shrine in my room recently. I've been doing things even just to make myself feel more safe. As you can see above me, there's Christmas lights. Now, obviously, they don't look good right now because there's light on in my room and it's daytime outside. But at nighttime, it looks super cool. And I really liked it. And I did that because it made me feel like I was creating something more of mine, something more based in who I am. It's just something cool that I did, interior design, I guess. But the idea is that it just makes me feel more safe. It's something cool, connecting to myself more. I've been drawing a lot. I started doing yoga again. I took like a couple weeks off. I wasn't taking it seriously. I've basically become very disciplined. Okay, there's a lot of self-care going on this month, is what I'm saying. And all this self-care it's going to spill into your spiritual side as well, and as well as your physical side. Okay, it could be different for everybody, but it's a good time to start new things. And by starting new things, you'll feel the energy of the universe supports that. Okay, I'll share again example from my own life. Okay, as I usually do. I don't know if you guys are tired of hearing it, but I'm just keep going. I recently started taking in a more serious way my physical health to a new level. Okay, now any muscle on my body has only ever been because like sometimes I'll have workout and do actual muscle, like actually workout, like chest press, whatever, right? Whatever it may be. Normally when I go to the gym, I just do a bunch of cardio. That's like my thing, because I used to be a fat little chubby kid, and now I'm not, because I just worked out. Though I think at one point cocaine definitely helped. It's a secret diet tip for all you guys out there. If you're looking to lose a lot of weight really quickly, just go get addicted to cocaine. It's a really great way to just get over that last hump. But for the rest of us, and for all you people that are normal out there, don't do that. But the idea is that I've been very serious recently about starting this. I have a business partner and a friend who's a personal trainer. And he wrote me up a little plan, and I usually don't, because I don't like working out. The physical exercise to me is like arduous and tedious and boring, and like I don't care, and gyms are stupid anyway, and people make sounds and the music sucks and everybody's sweaty and gross, and I don't care about any of that shit. I don't want to do any of that. But I'm taking care of my confidence, and this is the month about confidence. So I've actually been taking it quite seriously, and I've been doing it. I've been doing it consistently for more than I have ever done it consistently. And even on my own, without the help of anybody else, because it does help to have somebody doing it with you, of course. But it's just been an energy, and the universe has supported me in doing that. The universe has also been supporting me in taking up new hobbies, and just having this new energy available, right? There was a time in October where I wasn't doing videos as much as I'd like to do. I wasn't doing videos like this where I'm just talking. I was doing tarot readings, and though I like doing tarot readings and I love helping you guys and anybody else that I'm doing them for, I actually like doing this where I'm speaking a little bit more. Just a little bit. So it's a month of profound changes, and the universe is supporting you. I'm being supported, you're being supported. The only thing you have to do is just get over your little bits of fear that you have going on and continue on. Anything that you guys want to start at this time is going to be supported. Don't worry. You guys are absolutely supported, 100%. Okay? So you divine feminines, this is a big month for manifesting, and also fucking up sentences apparently. But it is a good way to start getting yourself going, to start being who you're meant to be, to start being the person that you are, right? And I can even see changes in myself and even know things that are probably going to be the case for myself. For instance, after doing Bufo, I tried smoking weed a little bit. If you follow my channel, you might know that I used to love weed. Weed was a very important part of my spiritual growth, but it's been something that I've been trying to kick, or at least take a break from, and because it just doesn't serve me anymore. But it's been hard to let go because it used to really serve me, and because it numbs everything, which is great. I'm a classic escapist, but it doesn't serve me anymore. And I've been seeing little synchronicities from the universe, whether it's videos from other YouTubers that I follow or other people or whatever. It's always talking about quitting weed, why these lower your vibration, when it's time to let go. And I've just been like, all right, universe, I get it. But like, one more. But after doing Bufo, I was violently sick. I didn't throw up or anything, but I was like, oh my God, it's gross. And I remember when I was doing Bufo, I remembered being, at one point I felt very sick, like I was gonna throw up. Because it's a metaphor, it's spiritual, because of the toxins in my body. After Bufo, I realized that what I really need to do is start taking care of my body and myself. And that's what I've started to do. Okay, again, changes or positive things happening in November for you guys, right? But back to the marijuana and stuff like that, I know that one day I won't be doing it at all. Ever. Like I would have just given up and felt no need to do it, right? And I can go a month, 2 months, the most, you know what I mean, without doing it. I can go weeks, I can go, but something will always bring me back to it, okay? And it's just been recently, it's more like, it flips back and forth until finally it stops, right? And I can even sense things about myself at this time using my intuition that I know that I won't be doing as well. For instance, as you may notice, I like to say the word fuck, but saying it as much as I do probably is not going to be the case in the future. Just because as you watch what you say and you learn what resonates with people the most, and you learn when to say something, when not to say something, you get this element of, you start becoming, you just grow a little bit and your language changes and stuff like that. Though to be fair, I'm more of a comedian, so I just like to curse, I guess. But anyway, November, the reason that I mention that is because November is a time of connecting to your intuition and just seeing yourself and where you're going to go. So a lot of you divine feminines, again, creating your empire, being able to see where you're going to go, who you're going to be, what you're going to bring into this world, and why you're going to be successful. The universe is showing that to you right now, and you guys are going to be super successful in doing that, okay? So trust in that, okay? A lot of you guys are preparing for that union, but you're preparing for union with yourself by doing all this work, and that is super awesome, okay? So as for the divine masculines, what they're going to be going through, a little bit different, but it mirrors itself in its own way, mirrors you guys, I mean. And for the masculines right now, it's, especially if they're in karmic situations or whatever that may be, it's about letting justice do its thing. A lot of the masculines, I mean, the universe is like full on, like, because you guys are, I'm trying to put this in a way that makes the most sense to you. Because you guys are building your empire and starting something from scratch, literally creating something from nothing, from a point where you feel like shit, but doing it anyway. And at one point being able to look at all that you've created, the amount of pride that you're going to feel, knowing that you did it on your own, knowing that there was nobody, that there was no divine masculine by your side, knowing that you did that anyway. The masculines are experiencing kind of the opposite of that. As you guys are building, they're destroying. Okay? They're destroying relationship patterns. Things are falling apart. What's going to be happening to them in November is they're going to become more hyper aware of what's going on around them, and their lives are going to start to make a little bit less sense. If they're in karmic relationships stuck within other paradigms of the 3D world, that is going to start to take a different shape and a form, especially as you guys begin to take care of yourselves and let go and focus on yourself. Their life is going to stop making sense. Their relationships are going to start ending. The universe is doing its karmic justice on them. So if you in a twin flame relationship and your divine masculine has decided to be with somebody else, what's going to happen there is that is going to destroy them. It's going to end quite badly, because karma and the universe is saying, you know what, you made your choice. This is what happens. This relationship's going to get justice, right? And so the beginnings of that are falling apart. Things are still speeding up in the same way for them, but they're speeding in the wrong direction. So it's like you guys, divine feminines, right, headed towards something that's profound and quite beautiful. And it's difficult, right? But it's still fast-paced. Divine masculines heading in a direction very fast-paced, in the same way that you guys are, and maybe they're going around, with a smile on their face, pretending everything's okay. But ultimately, what's going to happen is they're going to crash and they're going to burn, all right? Because they chose somebody or something that did not work, right? Because they chose to ignore the relationship and ignore their love. Where the divine feminines didn't choose to ignore their love. Now, you guys might have chose to ignore self-love, but still, you guys didn't ignore the relationship. Most of you, anyway. And so that justice is going to be balanced out. And a lot of them are going through their karmic cycles. A lot of them are going through the things that's necessary for them, while you guys go through the things that are necessary for you. They have to destroy the way that their mind works so they can connect to their heart, right? You guys have to, essentially, it's almost like doing the same, but you guys, divine feminines, are a little bit more connected to the spirit world and to your heart, but you can't match up your intellectual mind with your heart, right? You're letting your emotions take control a little bit, and you might have been struggling with that, especially in that twin flame relationship. But once you match those two, which is what's happening, especially in this month, that's when you're going to start really seeing those results. And for them, for the divine masculines, a lot of stuff happening in their life right now, events that's going to start to tearing away those things, tearing away those old belief systems. That's going to start letting them in on the secret of this relationship. But first, they have to experience some things. And if they're not in a relationship, if they're, it's just that they're going to be experiencing types of disillusionment, things where the universe is becoming more and more shoved into their face, where they can't ignore you or the ideas about you anymore, where they can't ignore the relationship or the intense feelings that they have, that is just inside their heart, right? They're not going to be able to do that. The universe is showing them what's wrong and what's right, and it's going to keep showing them that, right? A lot of feminines are ending cycles right now. A lot of masculines are ending cycles as well. But the way that it shows up for each of us is quite different. I'll share another story from my life, okay? And this one is actually quite crazy. And hopefully I'll make it short as possible, but I'm hoping it'll give you an insight into what's going on with the masculines, all right? And remember, each of us shift from masculine to feminine at different times, so if it resonates with you, take the information as it does, because... but anyway, so last October, okay, I came back from a cross-country trip around the United States. I came back and I met a roommate. Okay, I had a roommate. There's just somebody living here. Okay, roommate, great. Because I live with my mother currently. Okay, so I had a roommate. When I first met him, I was like, oh, this is going to be cool. This is a new friend. This is going to be fun. Okay, it turns out he was an alcoholic, bad influence, smoked a lot of weed, super loud, very messy, aggressive, angry, and a lot of karmic attachments, lessons that I had to learn through him, right? Eventually what happened was I decided that I needed to get the fuck away, and I went to Ireland, okay? I basically said to everybody I'm going to move there, even though in my heart I knew I was really just going on a vacation, but I just had to get away, okay? I basically ran away, though I don't regret it at all. It was a super positive experience, and I would love to go back there again. I mean, I've been there so many times, but it was the first time I actually just explored Ireland for myself, and so I'd love to be able to go back, because I really resonated the last time I went. And I came back. And that whole cycle from October to when I left in March or something like that was 6 months, right? I came back and there was another roommate. Again, same situation. I came back after a month of Ireland, and this year, like in April or something like that, and another roommate, the one that I currently have. He's again, oh, this guy seems kind of cool. Friends, seems nice, right? Very, very quickly, didn't resonate with the guy. Different belief systems, smoked, drank, loud, messy. All the same shit. All, of course, patterns and karmic situations to show me what was in myself, which I didn't like. Now, I used to be very, very messy. And if it was not for those two people, I would not be the clean person, the clean little Virgo that you see before you today. Because I take care of my shit now. My room does not stay messy for more than a day if it ever gets messy. Okay? The worst thing that will happen is sometimes my bed isn't made, or I'll have like a water bottle on the ground. But I take care of my shit now. I take care of the bathroom because I used to be kind of like disgusting like that. But if I see like urine on the toilet seat or something, and I'm like, oh my God, how the fuck could I ever have done this? Right? It's a teaching lesson. Anyway, this time I did not run away. Same amount of time has passed, 6 months. My roommate is moving out tomorrow. And because of that, my mother is probably going to end up moving somewhere, maybe back to Canada, maybe somewhere else. I don't know. And so what's going to happen to me? Who knows? It's exciting to see, but this is kind of what I wanted. And it's interesting because the cycles are ending. And so long story short, the reason that I mention that is because these cycles are ending, guys. You guys are ending cycles. I'm ending cycles. Same thing with the masculines. Very, very similar type of situations. They're going to be ending these things. And if they're not intuitively ending it with the knowledge that this is what they're doing, like I am, or like feminines do, because we have that insight, the universe is working for them to end it anyway. Okay? So a lot of them are going to experience harsh endings and harsh truths and harsh realities, okay? And so for them, it's like a time where you can send them your love if you want, if that makes you feel better, but they're going to need something because they're going through quite a lot, okay? Because this is for them a time of destruction and rebirth and death, right? And for the feminines, there's going to be some of that same energy because a lot of you guys are overcoming obstacles and fears and insecurities, so there's always going to be that death energy going on. But your life and your abundance is taking off right now, and it's about to really start growing exponentially. And for them, they're those, you know, they might have thought they got away with something, but they're not going to. Because the universe is going to teach them a lesson. They chose to learn karma, and you guys, most of you guys, chose to go through your current karma to really like truly grow and learn from it. You guys decided to stay and work on yourselves, many of you, and they decided to not stay, not work on themselves. And the results of which are going to be quite apparent for both of you, especially by the end of the month. You will see your power this month. Divine feminines and masculines will also see some of their own power this month because this is a very powerful month. And again, one more time for you guys, 11/11, set up a ritual, do something for that day, manifest something, okay? And as a quick tip for manifestation, because I often don't do this enough, remember to put it in the present tense. Someone recently said this to me. This isn't my original thought, but somebody did say to me recently, or it actually wasn't to me, but I overheard it. And it was about how when you say, I want, for instance, a new car. I would want a car. I want a car that does this, that works perfectly, that's fine, that I can afford, that's this color, whatever. I want that. What the universe will do is it will show you all of that. You'll see the car everywhere. You'll start paying attention to those types of things, but you won't, you'll just have the feeling of wanting it, but you won't actually have it. The universe is listening to you. It's funny like that, right? You're literally saying what you want. I want. You want that feeling. That's what you're saying to the universe by saying, I want this. I want a girlfriend. I want my twin to come back. The more you say, I want my twin flame to come back, the more you're going to feel that codependent desire to have them in your life. But if you say, I have my twin flame in my life, or I'm not in separation from my twin flame, you're not going to feel that way. And that's how you truly manifest. So put it in the present tense, act like you have it. And in the wise words of Drizzy Drake, if you want it, you got to own it. All right? Drizzy Drake coming through with the truth. All right, guys. So hopefully tomorrow I'm going to do a video on separation, on twin flame separation and why it's an illusion. And then hopefully in the next couple of days, do some videos that have nothing to do with twin flames. And hopefully you guys will enjoy that too. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful in some way. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are interested in any of the services that I offer, I'm going to leave them in the link down below. in the description box. I mean, and all that information will be there. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that you guys enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. All right. Thanks so much, guys. Have a good one.